Sheila here with Sirius Dallas Moon, Mars Hour, Venus Day. Mars is 2020 in Aries. And Midheaven, 11 degrees, Taurus. With Mercury, 10 degrees, Taurus. What we need to understand about this, the spirit of these times. Pluto is applying to conjoin, Moon is applying to conjoin Pluto. But Pluto is also applying to conjoin Moon. It's going retrograde. And at Aquarius. And this is something with the spirit of the time that I think get a lot of media exposure. People cannot not see the world changing to, particularly when there's a technological boom. Every single thing is changing in the world. Y'all think somebody gonna have any excuse to tell their children, well, you can't fix the world? And the people are gonna become parents, or probably it hits the people that are parents as well. But I was getting an energy read yesterday. And the energy read was of somebody who was supposed to be a father figure or a male figure. And he was trying to lecture someone that was vomiting about the importance of a mom. Now, what I was receiving was, what does the child learn? What does the child learn in that? Kill the father. Why did the father not prevent rape? Now, it was not relevant to me because I grew up with my mom. So kind of like, I don't know who was that. Not nice to receive that going through a detox. But what I was seeing, kind of like, if I'm the observer of the situation, but as an observer, I'm like, okay, kill the father. Mars 22, and I said what I said. It's kind of like, what kind of a father talks like that to a child? Definitely a child is going through something. He doesn't teach anything a lesson. The lesson that he teaches that he should be going extinct because it's euthanasia and hurt people. This is what the small person, understand when I observe the situation. Yeah, different type of energy reading, because people are like, you can call it a secular energy reading. And perhaps that energy reading was a certain juxtaposition, because whether somebody that responds to that, think about having I'm not a watcher, I just live my life, but think about having a witness in a situation where somebody is being abused and then someone's like, you should kill the father. That's not a thing to say to a child under any circumstances. What you taught that child is that the family is dysfunctional. You didn't teach about the importance of a mother. You taught an already malnourished child whose parents did not prevent their rape that they are the bad person in the situation. You're an incompetent person trying to lecture a child. Now again, might be, under no circumstances is okay to tell that to a person. Now, and I remind us that the world, in times where the world is changing to unprecedented levels, east and west, north and south, everything. It's going to be absolute zero to the zero excuses of not having every single human right in place. Nobody's going to have any excuses when we talk about whether society, the regimes, and so on, for not having an optimal society. Nobody will be able to say, well, you can't fix the world. And the Pluto Aquarius generation will be the generation that's going to know that. If y'all can buy an I don't know how many complexes and companies or whatnot, yeah, you can change the world. Yeah, you can have every single human right granted. That's power. And people are going to expect that. So, um, also people won't be able to sell people the illusion that just because something is more technological is progress. And people are not, and they're also not going to be able to sell the idea. And let me tell you something. These boomers, the heart, those that have a heart regulator, Uranus in Gemini, Uranus in Sagittarius generations, square that Uranus-Pluto conjunction that was the controlling, literally the heartbeat. It began with Leo and then it moved into, then we studied basically towards the 60s and the 70s, we studied chaos theory and we began to intervene. Now, with the classified technologies, probably way before that. Underneath, now, issues of the heart, underneath, and it's a numerical thing, it's a beat thing. It's also a, one could see, well, of course, I have Sun in Taurus and Bi, so one can see the analogy of a melody thing. Now, this square, how should I say, necessitates abolishing rape because it's the heart. Any teeth issues connected to the heart, I'm dealing with that. By the way, heart attack in women is different than in men. I may have had something that's quite adjacent to yesterday. Not at all hospitalized. Not a heart attack, but something adjacent. And I knew there's no hospital. There was also a tech hack on my heart, on my cardiovascular system when I lived in Arad, and I just kept on walking. Again, it was an attack, so it's kind of like to see what I'll do. What can I do? It's no hospital. I don't remember the signs for women for. I had a neighbor, she told me you have to make sure because women don't know their signs are different than men's signs. But detoxing can definitely facilitate, but it's also an issue of the heart. The heart doesn't function in a rapey environment. It doesn't function in a violent environment. And I know this is exactly the issue, the heart issues that people had. They had to suppress everything. Now, Uranus in Gemini, for the people with Uranus in Pisces and Uranus in Virgo, Uranus is in Pisces is just Uranus in Pisces. Now, of course, Uranus in Pisces is not a just. Anything in Pisces is not just. It's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter rules justice, but it's Pisces. Okay, it's the ocean. But in Virgo, we had the Pluto Uranus, so we had, particularly with the sextile to Neptune, we had the temporary illusion that we can control something and its side effects. And then this trajectory moves across timelines. The square is Uranus. It's Uranus-Pluto square. מה? לא יודעת כרגע. או במקרר או בארון. אז כנראה באחד המקררים. אולי שמתי בטעות במקרר. I'm only 42, but I'm growing to the age where I put the Doritos in the fridge. Okay, we have a Doritos attack. Annie,